So congratulations to Andy. There you go. It's extended 2 more years. He's staying. The show is staying. Watch What Happens does not get great ratings, but apparently it no longer matters in this world. So there you go. You know who makes me laugh? I gotta be honest. Drew and Ralph. Drew and Ralph, and I don't even, that means I mean this in no shady terms. I don't know why Drew gets so much hate this season. Drew and Ralph, they really just make me laugh. They are so just fucking messy in like the best way possible. I'm just looking for this article that I just read like last minute before I came on here. Where Ralph ain't playing. Ralph is now revealing that, calling Drew a liar and exposing her relationship with Ty Young and saying, Drew is, I guess at least, I don't like to put labels on things. Apparently nowadays we fool around with men, women, we fool around with everyone and we don't have to label it. So, is Drew a lesbian? I don't know. I don't really care. But Ralph is exposing that she was with this woman, Ty Young, which we've heard about, and they're just really funny because Ralph is releasing texts, he's releasing screenshots, and then Drew is clapping back, and she's like, she's really trying to earn her peach today about Ralph, which it is funny. Ralph, she does want her peach, doesn't somebody give Ralph a peach just for the shirtless scenes that we can picture Ralph in alone? Why? I mean, I don't want to hear any more about fucking Mauricio being the hottest house husband. I don't understand Mauricio. I actually would probably pass on a night with Mauricio, if you can believe that. Now, Harry Hamlin, no, but why does everyone realize just how fine this man, Ralph Pittman, is? Does everyone realize that? Anyway, he's releasing these screenshots, which look, Drew's like, what does this really show you? I mean, look, do Drew and Ty look really close in these pictures? They do. They're holding hands. Now there's these texts where Drew is saying, baby. She's calling her baby. And they're talking about, Ty says, I want to have kids one day. And Drew says, be careful what you wish for. These don't really reveal anything. Drew could be saying that about her own kids, not like I'm going to boo you up. But Ralph is saying, you all know the Tampa trip was fabricated so Drew could keep her peach. We all know that that whole Tampa trip was a lie. I just didn't realize I would get caught up in Drew's lies, and Drew is clapping back that here's the name of my actual phenomenal producer on RHOA, and I don't exactly think we just make up storylines here, but she's saying Ralph wants the peach, which he does. Ty and Drew are saying I love and miss you so much to each other in the text, which again doesn't really reveal anything. I mean, don't you tell your friend that you love them? Kind of funny. Ralph is saying that this helped Drew's comeback as an actress. I don't know. All of this I find very entertaining. And Ralph and Drew, they really do make me laugh. I have to be honest with you. Dolores, Miss Catania. We all know. First of all, um, look, I am a huge fan of Rho.co/velvet. I use them for my GLP-1 journey. I think there are a lot of companies. First of all, every company out there is. Remember in 2022 when I started the GLP-1s and everyone said, you are a scumbag. You're going to hell. You're taking away diabetes drugs. And I'm like, you can all suck my dick because I'm not stopping GLP-1s. I was so ahead of my time. Anyway, there's a lot of good. Now everyone does GLP-1s. That's my point. And there's a lot of good companies, a lot of bad companies. Rho.co/velvet. Slip into my DMs if you can't find it. They're good because they really regulate the dosage. And, I've stepped back from my journey. Like I'm still on the journey, but my point is, I do these things, I do that. I really don't do much. I just do that. And talking about our plastic surgeries these days is apparently en vogue. I mean, I just do that and I shoot my face full of Dysport. I personally like Dysport better than Botox. My face is so frozen. Some doctor here in LA offered me a free whatever. a bunch of Botox if I come in, but I'm leaving LA today and I'm like, my face is so frozen. I just don't need it right now. But I haven't had filler in like 2 years. My point is, but it doesn't define me. I want to look the best that I can at this age within reason. I'm not gonna eat boiled chicken and go to bed at 3 p.m. with lettuce. Okay, I'm gonna live my life because one day we're not gonna be here. So I'm not. My point is, anything in excess is called an addiction, whether it's sex or food or looks or working out. Dolores is out there and she is really depressed, actually. Really depressed, she says, because she gained 20 pounds after her Manjaro and her GLP-1 stopped working. I've said this before, you guys. That's a real thing that it stops working. But the point is, you just got to get on and live life. Dolores is like, says she's going to therapy over this. It's just crazy. Dolores, stop. Learn who you are inside. Be happy with yourself, Dolores. You're a 50-something-year-old woman that people would kill to look like at this age. At any age, be happy with yourself. This is real advice. I mean, her self-worth comes from a man and just so many surgeries. Like, be happy with yourself. I saw this. I couldn't believe it. She says she's going to therapy and she's upset about it because the 20-pound weight gain. Just, it's called, girl, you're not 22. Like, we all have to adjust to our bodies. But what I think is more interesting is Dolores has talked filming RHORI. I got something else coming for you. I got something coming for you guys this week about RHORI and what is really going on there in Rhode Island. Some of our friends have reached out to us. So we'll have a little interview this week. But, Dolores is talking and she was asked about, what is your involvement? I mean, look, I called this in the beginning and I don't know. I don't work for Bravo. I'm not Andy, although my contract has just been extended by my boss. My boss is myself, and I've decided we'll stay for 2 more years, I guess. Um, no, I'm just kidding. I'll stay here for the rest of my life, I guess. Although I really want to go back to Africa. I want to go to East Africa and go on a safari to Kenya and Tanzania. I started looking into it, but I can't not work when I'm there. So we'll have to figure that out. Dolores, I still call this a nothing burger. I called this a nothing burger in the beginning. Um, Here's the thing. There's two things. Andy Cohen was asked, about Dolores's involvement in Rhode Island, and Andy's pretty good if something is such a, like he says, don't believe anything about New Jersey. We haven't done this. We haven't done that. And ever since Andy said, that's not exactly true that Dolores is joining the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. That was the turning point for me because at first the nothing burger for